Aaron here, BeltFeds.com. We're going to make a quick video on why you should never run a damaged M60 bolt in your M60. And I understand that, that seems like common sense. Why would I run a damaged bolt in my M60? But you'd be surprised how often it happens. A lot of people don't check their guns every time they shoot them. They'll just put them away. And if you sustain damage to your bolt, you might shoot at 5, 6, 7, 800 rounds or something like that. And the damage is done at that point. So we want to just do a quick video on this, kind of give you a visual of what type of damage it does so you have an understanding of it. So a couple things on the bench here, a couple commando barrels, used E6 barrel, an old stock, new old stock General Dynamics E4 barrel, some bolts, and a barrel socket. So when I'm talking about a damaged M60 bolt, I'm specifically referring to the damaged front camming lug. This is a common failure of this weapon design. The military and us owners have been dealing with it since the gun was invented. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I've talked about this many times. So this is actually a military surplus bolt. There's a serial number, excuse me, of the gun still on it, which is kind of neat. And if we just look at that camming lug, you can see that it's absolutely just trashed and destroyed. The whole front of it is gone. It's chipped off. Here's a new old stock Socko bolt for reference, and we can see a nice smooth radiused front. Okay. Now, if you're not familiar with this gun or the design of it, this barrel socket's on the end of every barrel, and when we look in here, we can see these curved surfaces on both sides. These are camming surfaces, and when this gun is firing, the bolt cams into this socket, rides along those surfaces, chambers, and fires the round, and then it ejects, extracts, ejects, and this has a very violent firing cycle, and this just like any machine gun, it's just cycling through this. Now, the damage that gets sustained by this gun isn't necessarily to the receiver, it's to the barrel. All right. So if I took this bolt right now, if I assembled it, put it in one of my guns and pulled the trigger, it would shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. No problem. And that's another reason why people run these. They think, well, they run fine. I see no reason why I can't shoot it. But the issue is it's destroying your barrel, which I'm going to show you in a second here. This E6 barrel was brand new. This was on a rental gun. I know it was on a rental gun because I repaired that gun when it stopped running. Now, if we look at the barrel socket camming surfaces on this barrel, we can see they're absolutely destroyed here. Just get it to focus. You can see their giant gouges in there, material missing, just a total and complete mess, the opposite of a smooth camming radius. Let's look at the other side here. Even worse. Okay. You can just see at this point there's no camming surface even left right here. It's peened over, right? This barrel is unserviceable. They ran a damaged bolt in it to the point where it's just completely stopped running because it just can't cam past that destroyed surface anymore. So these barrels are so hard to find. They're so expensive. It's very important that you protect them. So just because your gun runs, if you have a chip bolt, you need to make sure you take it out of service and properly fix it. The manuals and the military have been called for stoning of the bolt, deburring of it, and that applies to periodically inspecting the weapon, inspecting the bolt, and ensuring that there's no damage to it. This is a service we provide. If you don't feel comfortable repairing it yourself or you're unsure, we do take bolts in all the time and we resurface them. Here's an example of one. This is an old bolt we fixed. The left camming lug was all jacked up, and we just kind of smoothed it out, reshaped it, and made it nice and smooth here. We'll look at this 2002 General Dynamics barrel just for reference. you can see just how smooth and perfect those radiuses are. And that's the way it's supposed to look like. So that's real quick, down and dirty. Now you can kind of see what this looks like and the damage that can be done when you run a chipped, broken M60 bolt in your gun. So, it'll fire until it won't. And then when it's all said and done, you got a messed up barrel and a destroyed bolt. You can only fix these barrels to a very certain point, and then you can't fix them. Like I said, this one's unserviceable. There's just no material left there to even work on. I hope this video was helpful. As always, I appreciate everyone, especially those of you that are customers of ours, and I can't say it enough. It's been life-changing, this business. So thanks. See you.